What's good? What's cracking? Kohai clan.
We back.
Again.
Another reaction video.
We're doing this. No one's ever done this before. Reaction videos.
Yeah, we're
first time.
inventors.
Originals, man. Originals.
We made this.
But we're here again with another reaction video. Inside T Grizzly's 500,000 jewelry heist.
Yeah, so it turns out he's Franklin from
No cap, honestly.
The FBI is working to learn if 4 men arrested for a robbery at a local jewelry store are tied to similar crimes across the country.
Why you don't f with me?
Bro, you stole my.
What I steal from you?
This guy is really on a phone call with somebody he robbed.
The fact that the FBI gonna get involved with some guys from Detroit is very worrying.
Honestly.
Of all places, Detroit.
Bro, that's tough. That's tough.
Why you don't like me? You stole my shit.
Bro, I'm about to send you your money back.
Police say these 3 men walked into this Jarrett near a busy shopping area Tuesday night around 7 with hammers.
That's crazy. I just can't believe that happened here.
We checked their backgrounds.
This guy,
He doesn't care.
you know he was the gateway driver.
Yeah.
Walked into this Jarrett near a busy shopping area Tuesday night around 7 with hammers.
That's crazy. Here.
We checked their backgrounds and all 4 men are from Detroit.
Alright, so somebody's life story that I've always appreciated was T Grizzley's. Consistently good rapper, I always look forward to hearing one of his verses, but a lot of people I don't think know his full story. This is a man who was destined for university, but somehow ended up in Kentucky on the floor with a gun pointed to his head in the middle of a jewelry heist, right? He was trying to pull off. So this particular story covers his younger days when he was casing out robberies, spanning across multiple different states, and this iconic moment when a dude confronted him after the fact to yell at him for stealing his Xbox back in the day.
You stole my fucking Xbox One.
Whole Xbox.
You know, I thought this guy was the owner of the jewelry store. Turns out he just lost the Xbox.
Real talk, like, bro. Obviously, I'd be pissed too, but fucking hell, bro.
Xbox is a trash console anyway.
No
Get your
facts.
PS4.
Real
bro.
talk.
Fucking MacBook, my fucking iPhone. I had a wallet, had about $190 in it.
Now we're gonna get into
This nigga stole everything.
That guy had a bad day. Had a whole bad day.
That's a long day, man.
Honestly.
Sorry.
Now, in order to understand T Grizzly's story, we gotta travel to Michigan. More specific,
Seems like a nice place.
Is that even the suburbs, is it? Cause like look.
They have lawns.
Yeah, but like you can have a lawn and still be
But
dirt.
it's green.
What other color is it supposed to
You
be?
get those like
Brown.
Michigan, more specifically Detroit. Everybody in America knows Detroit is a tough city.
That's more like it.
There we go.
They've been through a lot. Severely underfunded, underprivileged, and its manufacturing industry got absolutely decimated. A lot of hardworking people were left with no work, no jobs, nothing to sustain life with. You can travel to Flint, Michigan and find out the water crisis over there where people were not getting clean water to drink and the government has not done a thing about it. Now the story
That's deep though. What's his name? Was it Jaden Smith or whatever? You know that water brand he made?
the one in the milk carton.
Yeah, like the paper. That's what it's for.
Now the story of Detroit
America.
comes with harshness, and T Grizzly's story is no different, right? He grew up in a family of drug dealers. His mama was a drug dealer, his pops, his auntie, everybody around him was selling dope. But a lot of people, they see T Grizzly and they got him f***ed up. This was a kid who was destined for university, getting accepted to major in finance despite coming from an environment of material destitute. Now just as T Grizzly was hitting that pivotal moment,
If you come from a place like Detroit, finance is one of your strong suits. If you technically think about it,
That's true.
think about it, because the work you're doing there, completely legal, which it is. You're counting a lot of money, you know, yourself, because you can't get a fucking lawyer. Why is that so surprising that he was good at finance?
Can you imagine, like, you met your accountant and it was T Grizzly?
Honestly, I'd be shook.
Just because you might watch this video, I'm a refrain my opinion.
at the end of high school, his pops gets murdered. His mom's gets sentenced to 15 years in prison. And shortly after,
That's true. She just got back now.
I swear.
he gets accepted into Michigan State University. But tuition is like 15 grand a year, and some kids that get accepted into school don't even have the option to go. This was a big opportunity for Grizzly, so he went for it. but he knew he needed a job. And as you guys know, in order to get a job, you need experience. But in order to get experience, you need a fucking job. So Grizzly heads up to MSU. He invites one of his friends from his neighborhood to go up there and take part in some of the opportunities. And one day, this friend comes to him with 11 grand in his pocket. And Grizzly's like, yo, how did you get 11 grand? Whatever you're doing, I want in. Well, it turns out the friend was doing B&Es, which is breaking and enterings. That's when they...
Who calls it B&Es? Hey bro, you wanna hit that B&E, bro? It's called hitting a lick, bro. You hit a lick.
And this guy's American as well.
Yo, you wanna go hit a B&E, Larry? Larry, you wanna go hit a B&E?
Came up with this plan to basically ransack the dormitories on campus. They started systematically robbing these dorms for all their valuables, right? They'd take computers, cell phones, and whatever cash people had.
College students don't have, man.
Sleeping at night.
Yeah, but
Grizzly's a big guy. I don't know how he was able to tiptoe into people's dorms and steal their shit at night.
That is a fact. Like, I'm so... How are you not seeing this thing? You know what it is? You know, I want to know. You know, they have this whole illegal gun crisis in America, right?
Yeah.
How hard is it to get a gun license in America, then, if you know?
It's not difficult at all.
I don't think it's that difficult, honestly.
No, okay, so if you're broke and you're from the hood, okay, excluding you, right?
Yeah.
But regular ass people,
Oh, yeah.
if you get a gun license, why do you have a blick in your house, bro? Like, how's he getting in and taking your stuff? Anyway, he did it.
I mean,
Like he's the fucking Grinch. T Grizzly and his friends successfully pulled off 12 robberies. By the end of it, they got at least $10,000 worth of stolen merchandise and nearly $10,000 in cash. But that's only how much the police recovered. Grizzly had about 40 laptops and 20 iPhones in his room. But the police were catching on to them.
You recognize these guys? MSU police want to talk to them about a recent theft in North Hubbard Hall. If you have any...
This dude had a glow up. Bro, it looks like he has no idea what he did wrong. Between these two, right, if you're a judge, who would you think was guilty? I would say this guy. He looks like he knew what he was. This dude just looks like, damn. This is like, damn, you told me we were going down there.
Any information that can help, call MSU police, or you can go to their Facebook page to leave an anonymous tip.
Unfortunately, as they were planning to leave, the police intercepted them. Word got out quick that Grizzly was apprehended, so one of his friends ran to his dorm in order to grab the stuff that was stolen and move it somewhere else so the police would get off their trail. He moved all the stuff that Grizzly had stolen into his own dorm. This actually hurt the cops' case because it was tampering with evidence. So the police had to let Grizzly go and take a couple months to actually build a case and get some evidence. That's when his friends came to him with this plan for a jewelry heist. A smash and grab over in Kentucky. Now for those of you who don't know, a smash and grab...
This is literally GTA.
honestly,
Isn't it like in Chicago, it's like, well, he's not from Chicago, but it's like 20% of murders get solved.
yeah, I think
That's why it's different for the UK, because the UK, if you kill someone, somebody is going to jail. It might not be the guy who did it, but someone's going to jail. Over there, they can just, as long as the evidence is tampered with, they can just let go.
Honestly.
Grab is exactly what it sounds like. You go to a jewelry store, you bust the display cases, you grab the loot, and you run for your life. At the time of this story, jewelry store robberies in the States resulted in losses of $66.5 million just that year alone. God damn, sounds like it works. So Grizzly, who already had an arrest warrant for his prior burglaries,
He definitely glowed up because of his beard, by the way.
Yeah, his beard definitely
beard helped him out.
His beard sorted out.
that won't be ruined. So his plan was to go with his friend to Kentucky. They set up in these apartments, they stole a car, and the place that they were targeting was called the Castle. Now at the time they thought it was a jewelry store. Turns out it was actually a pawn shop, but they had
A whole fucking pawn shop, man.
This is why I don't trust my friends. It's always these guys that have like a plan, yeah. They always goes wrong. Like they always come to you like, bro, I'm telling you, I just thought this through. Bro, I'm telling you, we're gonna go rob a jewelry store. I'm telling you, bro. We break in there, bro, jewelry everywhere. I'm talking like 2 million at least, 50-50 split. You get there, and it's a recycling center. Like, bro, yo, any friend that you have that is so sure they have a plan, yeah, just triple check with them because like half the time they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, how could they have not checked
Like,
if it was a jewelry store or not?
they literally have a website. Like, you didn't search it up. Like,
There is a clear difference between a pawn shop
don't
and a
understand.
fucking jewelry store.
this is why I don't trust them people who take you on like different trips. Oh my.
This whole thing planned out. They made a call to the police in the area and they told them there was a shooting over at a school to get them moved and away from the area. With the police headed in that direction, Grizzly and the boys
This was not gonna work.
to the castle, which they thought was a jewelry store, but it was actually a pawn shop. When they get there, they've got hammers in their pockets. They go in, and this is Kentucky. It's like 90 degrees out, and they're wearing hoodies. So the owner immediately confronts them and says, "Why are you wearing hoodies?" He tells them, "Oh, we're boxers, right? We're trying to lose weight." Smart move, quick thinking. Now, after a minute or two, nobody's doing any action.
did they get
So
them on
Grizzly
4K?
immediately grabs the hammer.
Did they get them on 4K?
Okay,
A whole
think about
hoodie?
this, right? You're in America. Legally, you're allowed to own a gun
Yeah.
for your protection. You go rob a pawn shop, which has a lot of valuable Do you think you pulling up there with hammers is not going to get you shot? The man is obviously going to own some gun.
But they don't care.
What kind of bullshit plan is this?
What
bro?
pawn? Realistically, what pawn shop owner has black? Like, think
Oh
about
yeah,
it.
true.
And plus, think about it, there's 2 types of hammers, bro.
Yeah.
They might have brought the other one to you.
And not to
The
mention,
hammer.
yeah, they came into
hammer.
yeah, they came into the pawn shop thinking that it was a jewelry store as well.
Yeah,
So obviously they came for the wrong thing.
Smashes some of the display case and says, "Let's grab these Rolexes and let's get the out of here." But just as they're gathering the loot, they hear
Freeze.
one of the customers had a gun
the hell?
pointed direct.
Wait, actually, it's smart though, because like, through the hood, I don't think you can see him. I can't even tell whether that's him.
Oh,
That's
no, I
a
just
dude
can't see
wearing a
it.
hoodie covering his face, wearing gloves, so that there's no incriminating.
So how did they get caught?
Smashes some of the display case and says, "Let's grab these Rolexes and let's get the out of here." But just as they're gathering the loot, they hear
Freeze.
one of the customers had a gun pointed directly at T Grizzly. Now, don't forget,
You called it.
Okay.
You called it. That shop owner better get a gun. Like, that's true. You made a point though.
No, you still made a point,
Everyone
yeah.
owns a gun in America.
you definitely
It's
still
the
made a
most
point.
retarded thing.
You can get a gun for that.
Yeah, you definitely still made a point.
Yeah, you made a point.
this is Kentucky, so of course the customer had a gun, right? Of course he did. Now, it takes the police over an hour to come to this scene.
Oh yes, Kentucky too. Isn't that where all the racist white people are at? They're just itching to shoot black people. Like, bam, Tyrone down.
Tyrell, the lot of you.
The lot of you, Tyrone.
Scene because they thought there was a shooting going on at the campus because Grizzly and them called them to tell them that. Now, Grizzly was found guilty of the botched robbery, and they had to sit down and do some time in Kentucky, which, by the way, the prison in Kentucky is terrible, bro. It's one of the worst prisons in the US. And after he served time there, he had to go do time in Michigan for the dormitory burglaries. This made Grizzly into the man he is. He took this life story and he made First Day Out, the track that basically gave him a career. And I don't know if you guys have noticed this, is Grizzly's got some of the best jewelry right now. The grizzly bear piece, the cute...
That's cold.
Damn.
That's cold.
I'm trying to get me a chain like that.
That's cold.
the links that he has, and that illustration of his downfall being because of a botched jewelry heist. And then now, he's got some of the best jewelry in the game. I just think that's a beautiful illustration. But yeah, man, that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe with notifications on, and I'll see you in the next one.
That's cold.
I can't believe man pulled up to a pawn shop that had a website.
For real, like I don't.
I mean, he's changed his ways.
Okay.
Hey.
So yeah, he's changed his ways. Number one, like yeah, 100%. He did what he had to do to get. But what I'm thinking is, if it was an actual jewelry store, wouldn't it be worse? Because actual jewelry stores got like security.
Yeah,
Most
like,
jewelry
security.
stores have security. Most jewelry
Sexes.
stores have dudes with guns, depending on where you are. But yeah, this is Kentucky.
yeah.
Fucking yee of America type shit.
Hope you guys have enjoyed this reaction video. We just had to see this.
Don't rob a fucking pawn shop.
And mistake it for a jewelry store, no.
You know what? I'm not even in any position to give you advice. Get out of here.
Go, leave,
Anyway,
go away.
Oh, tell 'em about it. Price is right, then I might buy it. Somewhere on the jet I'm flying. Fuck 'em all, shawty crying. I'm still gotta stick in my boot. If you play around dumb, then the nigga might shoot. I can't be greedy, you know they need me. cooking up fettuccine. I got her in Italy, New Orleans. She bad, bad, bad.